Welcome back to this video. In this video we'll look at VLAN trunking protocol or VTP. What this VTP does is, imagine we have hundreds of switches, and imagine we are having to configure VLANs on each one of them one by one. It's a very time consuming process, and it's literally not possible, and in the real field nobody actually does that. So instead of that, what we can do is we can make this switch, one of these switches, let's say this switch, we can make it a server. So this would be the server. Okay, so let me go ahead and mark that server. And also we can make this switch here as transparent, and let's say this one we're going to make client. So we have server, transparent, and client. So let's say we created VLAN 20 and 30 on this switch. What this switch will do, it will pass it to transparent. So it will come through this line to this switch, and this switch, since this one is transparent mode, it will not save that VLANs, but it will pass it to the client. So from here it will go to client. So just by making VLANs on one switch, it will reach the client via transparent switch. This is VTP in a nutshell. So imagine we have hundreds, thousands of clients, right? Here we have only one client, but when we have hundreds and thousands of clients, just by making VLANs on this server switch, all these clients will get the VLAN configuration. So that would be the benefit of just this VLAN trunking protocol. So to do that, we need to make these ports trunk: F01, F01, F02, F01. All four ports we need to make them trunk. Anytime VLANs are involved, you know that we need to make the ports trunk so that VLANs can go across. That's essentially, the trunk's job is to carry multiple VLANs across one line. So we need to make these ports VLAN, and then we'll go ahead and configure the server mode, transparent mode on this switch, and the client mode. So let's configure trunk first. Enable configure terminal interface, which interface is F01, switch port mode trunk. Done. And this switch, we have two ports, F01 and F02. So we will do the range command. We will use the range command. So interface range FA01 to 2, switch port mode trunk. Done. This one F01, we just need to make this port trunk right here. Enable configure terminal interface FA01, switch port mode trunk. Done. So we are done with the trunking configuration. Now we go back to this switch and we'll make this server. So what we need to do is we need to say VTP domain. It needs a domain name, and we can name any name we want, but whatever we give here on this server switch must match both transparent and client. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just give test. Okay, test. So that will be my domain name. Okay, now enter, and we can give password here, but it is optional, it's not a must. So we'll just give VTP password test, same test in capital, okay? And we need we now will make the switch server, but you know that all the switches by default they are in server mode. So technically we don't need to make this switch server, and it will not accept it. And just watch when I do it. So VTP mode server, and when I hit enter it will tell me it's already in server mode. So I don't need to give that command on this switch. So one last thing, we need the version. So VTP version, and we can give 1 or 2. So we'll go with 2. Done. So these are the VTP configuration. So just one thing to remember, this domain name, it has to be same. Okay, so we'll go to this switch, we'll make this transparent. Again VTP domain transparent, oh sorry, test. VTP password test. VTP mode transparent. VTP version 2. We are done with the switch. Now this one we will make it client. VTP domain test. VTP password test. VTP mode client. Last one VTP version 2. Done. Okay. Now we go back to this server. Let's check the VTP status. So do show VTP status. Number of existing VLANs is 5. That's all the default VLANs. We have not configured any VLANs yet. And just pay attention to this configuration revision. We'll come to this just a moment. So this is, we will focus on this one just some moments later. But right now what we'll do is we'll create let's say 3 VLANs. So VLAN 10, VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. Okay, so do show VTP status. Now you can see the number of existing VLANs 8, and also notice the configuration revision now gone up to 4. It was 1 before. So every time you create a VLAN, it will add 1 to the configuration revision number. Since we added 3, so it was 1 before, so 1 plus 3 equals 4. That's how it became 4. Do show VLAN brief. Now you can see we have 10, 20 and 30. Now if I go to client, do show VLAN brief, you can see here 10, 20 and 30 are here also. We have not configured anything on this client switch, but you notice that the VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, VLAN 30 are here from this server switch. What happened here was server passed it to transparent, from transparent it came to client. And if we do show VTP status, you can see everything is same as the server switch. We have existing VLANs 8, configuration revision number 4. So this is basically VLAN trunking protocol. So how to now Let's create a couple of VLANs on this transparent mode. Do show uh, VLAN brief. You can see that there is no 10, 20 or 30 here, because again transparent mode, it won't save any VLANs. It will only pass along, okay, to the clients. But if we can create it on this switch itself, the transparent switch, and it will save. So VLAN 10, VLAN 20, do show VLAN brief. Now you can see VLAN 10 and 20 are here, but that's only because we configured on transparent switch. But the one that we created on server, it came here, but then it did not save here. It just passed along to the client switch. Okay. So let me take that out. Do no VLAN 10, no VLAN 20. I just wanted to show you, that's why I created those. So now what we can do is, let's say we want to change the revision number. Okay. So do show VTP status. Now it's 8, right? So, oh sorry, now it's 4. Now we want to make this 0. How we can make it 0? And remember, when we make it 0 here on this server switch, it will reflect on this switch, the client switch. So it will become 0 here also, and I will show you that. So there are actually 3 ways. Preferably we can only do 2, because the third one is sort of not the preferred way. So the first way is, what we'll do is we'll quickly make this switch, let's say transparent, and then we'll immediately go back to server. Okay, so the first way is, okay, what mode is this? This is in server mode, right? So we need to quickly make this transparent mode. So, and then we'll check the revision number again. So VTP mode transparent. Okay, now let's go back to do show VTP status. Here configuration revision, now it's 0. Okay, so this is how you would if you want to make it 0, this is the first way you can do. Okay, the other way is, we need to now make it back to server mode. So VTP mode server. Okay, now we'll check the status again. It should go back to what it was before. I think it was 4, right? So do show VTP status. Here it gone back to what it was. It was 4 before, now it's 4. Okay, the other way is change the domain name. Just change it to any other name. So VTP domain name or VTP domain test 1. Okay, do show VTP status. See, is 0. Now if I go back to what it was test in all capitals, right? So VTP domain test. Now let's check again. Do show VTP status. See, it gone back to 4. This is the second way. Third way is, there is a file called vlan.dat, but we need to delete that and reload the switch, and obviously it's going to delete all the VLANs, and this will become 0. But that's not a preferred way, because there's going to be a network issue, like network will be down, and there may be people working on it, and so many things can happen. files can be lost. So this is not the preferred way. So the first two are the preferred way you can do. So this is VTP pretty much. This is how you would do it, and hope it helps somewhat. The next video we'll see something else. Thank you.